there is something that's causing that dryness, or your hair to feel dry that quickly, like overnight. You wake up in the following morning, your hair's dry. Hey, who's gonna be in the hair every day? Not me. 10 signs that something is wrong with your hair care routine. Your natural hair care routine needs a closer look if you're experiencing any one or some of these things that I'm going to discuss in this video. So if you're interested, keep watching. All right, guys, so the background of the video is really just to, again, get us thinking. It's really just thought-provoking you to think and look a little bit closer into your routine, see if everything's going according to what you would like and where you're supposed to be, I guess, in your routine. And I'm doing a lot of videos like this because I feel like the more I mature as a YouTuber, as a woman, now a mother, the more I see that sometimes we're a little bit biased in our viewpoints of things, and for me as well, and particularly when it comes to hair, because that's the topic at hand. However, not every situation, not every routine, not every plan, not every practice or habit or tip is going to work for everyone. However, there's some things that are really generalized that are telltale signs that something's wrong somewhere with your routine. And I guess the aim is to try and get you maybe looking a little closer and ruling out, crossing out some things, and maybe zoning into what the real problem might be with regards to helping you get to where you want to be with your hair. Okay, so sign number 1, you are not enjoying your routine. I have a good example of this. I have been a twisted natural for a lot more than a year, and I was okay with that routine. I loved it, I enjoyed it, it worked for me. I did it at my own pace. You know, you guys know I've shared videos. However, fast forward to right now, my son's almost 2, and I realize I'm spending a lot of time in my hair, time that I don't have. I am not really happy spending that time. I'm getting more frustrated with my hair and dreading my wash days and my detangle stages, etc. So for me, that was an indication that something was wrong or something had to change at least, because it wasn't working with the current place I am in my routine. I really felt validated when some of my subscribers, particularly a 75-year-old, actually came and said, look, when I was younger, I had shorter hair, I had kids, I was running around. Now that I'm older, I've got longer hair, I've got more time, I can look after my hair. And it just goes to show that depending on the stage of life where you are as a woman, your hair care routine and how you look after your hair will change as well. Some people will unsubscribe to me because I'm a free thinker, okay? I'm a creative, so I think and I come to tell you the raw truth. Some people don't like to hear the raw truth. You watch me from afar and unsubscribe, but I really just want to encourage you to liberate yourself to actually consider whether or not you're actually enjoying your hair. If you're not enjoying your hair routine, your practices, you're not looking forward to your hair routine, your wash day, etc., something has to give. Something's happening there. The next thing is breakage. All of us endure breakage, but here I'm talking about excessive amounts of breakage, okay? If after a long-term protective style takedown, if after your wash day routine, there's just breakage everywhere, the sink is covered, yeah, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something is causing your hair to break. It's either rough handling, a lack of protein or moisture, or something else. It could be hair loss, it could be a condition, I don't know. But if you're enduring excessive amounts of breakage, it's time to look a little bit closer at your routine. How do you know it's a lot of breakage? Well, if this has been you the whole time, then it's maybe time to maybe see a professional about it. There's a lot of people who coach, you know, there's courses out here, trichologists, etc. Pair with someone that maybe understands what your goals are and what you want to do, what you want to achieve, etc., and try and work out the best plan for you. Yeah, but if you're someone that maybe did not have this kind of breakage in the past and now it's shown up, then of course that's easier for you to tell, oh, look, this is a bit different. I need to look at it. So Breakage is another one. Stunted growth, or just generally just a lack of length retention. If you are at the same length this year as you were last year, and you're actually planning or aiming to grow your hair, or maybe your hair might be retaining its length here but not necessarily growing here, as in you can't see growth come through, yeah, something's wrong. We definitely need to a closer look at that one. So I would encourage you, once again, see someone about that. You know, see, a good place to start, just go see your doctor about it, and they'll direct you and refer you to the right people. But yeah, stunted growth, the lack of length retention are telltale signs that something's wrong in your routine. Painful scalp, inflamed scalp, scalp conditions, itchiness, dandruff, redness, swelling, flakes. I'm talking excessive amounts, of course, but pain on the scalp is not a normal thing. Your scalp should feel comfortable. The only time I feel a tender scalp is after takedowns, okay? And detangling for hours, of course. My scalp hates it. So your scalp is telling you something. If it's tender, if it's sensitive, if it's overproducing dandruff, if it's inflamed, you need to get that checked. If you dislike your style, if you were to do your hair and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, that's a telltale sign. Something is wrong somewhere. You need to be enjoying your hair, even if it's in a particular style. And I know sometimes, particularly when we're in a phase of growing our hair, sometimes we make a little sacrifice, and that's okay. But if you're that kind of person where you actually want a balance and your hair actually makes you sad when you look at it in the mirror, something has to change. We need to try some things and see if we can incorporate styles that you actually enjoy wearing so that you feel good about your hair. Hours of hair care. This is one that I don't want to admit, because I personally have done this in the past, and if I'm going to take down a long-term protective style, it's going to take hours. But I feel like that's expected, that's planned. I know the reason for that. But if I was not protective styling, for example, and I'm spending hours and hours on end, unless that's what you want, yeah, there's a problem there. Particularly for people that DIY. Like sometimes DIYs are great, but if you're doing like the whole morning or the whole afternoon on Sunday, it's like this treatment and that oil and this mixture and shave it, and I don't know. It shouldn't really take that long. Not that it shouldn't, but I feel like if now your wash day needs its own day, something needs to give. And I know some people it's fine, okay, it's okay. For some people, obviously, if you're doing this treatment and you're happy with it, it's okay. But for some people, if you're looking for simplicity, you're actually not wanting to spend that amount of time in your hair, yeah, definitely worth looking into. Daily hair care. People that moisturize daily, I hate to say this, and I know for some people that's what it is, that's what's working, I get it. But as a general rule of thumb, if you're needing to handle or deal or care for your hair daily, as in moisturizing, sealing daily, something's wrong. Why are you needing moisture every day? I know it's high porosity, but there's things that you can do to keep that moisture in for longer. Twice a week is probably the most we should be doing. But every day, once again, if you like it, you don't mind it, that's fine. But for someone that actually wants to not be in their hair every day like me, yeah, there's definitely ways to not be in your hair every day. There is something that's causing that dryness, or your hair to feel dry that quickly, like overnight. You wake up in the following morning, your hair's dry. Hey, who's gonna be in the hair every day? Not me. Thinning is one. If you know your hair to be this full, and then a month from now it's that full, or you're seeing a lot of shedding, or I spoke about breakage earlier, but if a lot of hair coming out, or you just see the general thickness of your hair has reduced, definitely worth looking into. I know people are gonna say use tea rinse. I'm not in that era. Yep, go ahead, use tea, but I really want to know what's wrong before I use tea or anything else. So I would say go speak to someone. At least get a sample, get your hair tested, or your scalp at least, and then go from there. And the last one, number 10, is simply just not seeing your goals in general. So if it's length, if it's moisture, if it's thickness, if it's strength, if it's styling goals, if it's single strand knots, if it's heat, whatever the goal that you have, if you're not achieving that goal, you're not seeing progress with that goal, then it's time to review your routine. Ladies, I hope this gave you some things to think about. I hope all is well in your routine. I'm really hoping that you're not experiencing any issues and that you're enjoying your hair, your styles, your hair, the care of it, the learning of it. I will see you in the comment section. Bye.